English Beats Podcast, Season 1, Episode 3. Here we are again with a new episode, new energy, new vibes. Today we are pleased to have with us a passionate about voiceover. Nanis from Egypt, living currently in Dubai. And we'll be talking about voiceover as a passion and a profession. Hello Nanis.
Hello, Abdelmalik. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for accepting my invitation to this podcast.
It's a pleasure and thank you for having me today.
Pleasure is mine. Nanis, my first question is what is voiceover?
So, voiceovers are an essential component of many different types of media and can significantly impact effectiveness of any media project. So, simply, a voice is recorded to be used later in a production, such as the movie, TV show, commercials, audiobooks, animation, video game, name it. So how it's done, we record separately from visuals and then the voice is added to the production during post-production. And voiceover have many forms such as narration, character dialogue, commercials, and when a voiceover is behind his mic, he has a mission. And his mission is to provide information, setting the tone, and deliver a message. And for a voiceover talent to do this, he must have a clear and expressive voice, good timing and pacing, and the ability to convey emotion and character through their voice alone.
What are the different steps or the process a voiceover should follow to become a professional?
Well, Abdelmalik, it's a journey. And the most important part in this journey is developing your skills. It's so important that you develop your voice and your acting skills. You can do that by taking acting classes, voice lessons, even public speaking courses. Practice, practice, practice. That's what I would say. Read scripts and record to yourself. And not only that, you need to listen to yourself. You need to develop this skill of criticizing your own delivery. Then it comes the portfolio, your CV. So you will need a portfolio to show your work, right? So you would start by creating a demo reel, which is samples of your acting abilities. So you record different styles of voiceover, like commercials, documentaries, audiobooks, to highlight your abilities. Then comes marketing, and it's not an easy job. So you would start with creating a presence, a social media presence or website that shows your work and highlights your skills and abilities. You start writing a nice biograph as a voiceover talent or actor and post it, like creating accounts on freelancing platforms and reaching to agencies, casting directors.
What can you say to people who are passionate about voiceover and they're still struggling because of the lack of equipment and guidance?
Okay, let's start with equipments. And I would like to ask you a question. If you're gonna learn to drive, don't you need something to drive?
I need a car and someone who guides me and correct my mistakes, especially in the beginning.
Okay, let's start with a motorcycle. So you start on something really simple and then from your earnings, you upgrade and get a humble car. And then the more you earn, you get a bigger car or maybe a more option car. It's the same. So I would say start with what you have. And in this phase, you just focus on developing your skills. And maybe later you start investing in a few key items. And the first thing I would say, get a good quality microphone. A good mic can make a huge difference in the clarity and richness of your voice. Then you can consider soundproofing materials to improve the space acoustically. And now about the guidance. There are bazillion online resources that can help you learn more about voiceover and helps you to improve your skills. tutorials, articles, podcasts, tips and advice, like on everything, from starting from acting techniques to how to edit or to record your projects.
What is your advice to voiceover, especially beginners?
My last advice is don't stop learning. Whatever level you reach, it's important that you continue learning and developing your skills. Take workshops, attend classes. You'll meet peers in the voiceover. You'll get a chance to stay up to date on industry trends and techniques, networking with other voiceover artists to learn from their experiences, and you will get a feedback on your work.
I share the same idea about learning. And I remember a quote of Tom Ford said, "Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young."
Yes, the first time I heard that quote from you, and I love it because it's actually true. Keep learning and you will feel young forever.
Thank you, Nanis, for all this precious information.
Thank you, Abdelmalik, for having me, and for all those passionate people about voiceover. Start and explore the field. You won't lose anything, but you will lose if you didn't try.
That's all for this episode. Thank you for listening to English Beats podcast. We'll be back soon. Goodbye.